DeSantis has suspended a state attorney who vowed not to enforce Florida's new abortion law. This is DeSantis from his press conference earlier today, where he had, a whole bunch of pigs around him, talking about why he suspended the attorney, the state attorney.
Our government is a government of laws, not a government of men. And what that means is that we govern ourselves based on a constitutional system and based on the rule of law. But yet we've seen across this country over the last few years, individual prosecutors take it upon themselves to determine which laws they like and will enforce and which laws they don't like and then don't enforce. The prosecutor, state attorney for this judicial circuit, Andrew Warren, has put himself publicly above the law. In June of 2021, he signed a letter saying that he would not enforce any prohibitions on...
First of all, there is a thing called prosecutorial discretion, sir. Prosecutorial discretion.
Sex change operations for minors. And that's a debate that we're having mostly administratively and through medical licensing in Florida, but other states have enacted penalties on the people that would perform those, which are really disfiguring these young kids. And he said it doesn't matter what the legislature does in the state of Florida. He's going to exercise a veto.
Content warning for transphobia. I didn't know we would go there. My apologies, guys. A content warning for the fact that you have to see Ron DeSantis's dick-ass face.
Over that. He's also instituted policies of, quote, presumptive non-enforcement. And this involves an array of different things, and you'll probably hear Sheriff Chronister and some of the other law enforcement officers talk about it. But that is not consistent with the role of a prosecutor. Yes, you can exercise discretion in an individual case, but that discretion has to be individualized and case specific. You can't just say you're not going to do certain offenses. And then most recently, after the Dobbs decision was rendered by the U.S. Supreme Court, he signed a letter saying he would not enforce any laws relating to protecting the right to life in the state of Florida. And mind you, we have had prohibition on third trimester abortions for a long time. We've had prohibitions on partial birth abortions for a long time. And then most recently, the legislature enacted and I signed protections for unborn babies at 3.5 months. And when they are aborted, it's typically done through a dismemberment procedure, which is really inhumane. Nevertheless, that is what the legislature has enacted, and it's not for him to put himself above that and say that he is not going to enforce the laws. We don't elect people in one part of the state to have veto power over what the entire state decides on these important issues. The Constitution of Florida has vested the veto power in the governor, not in individual state attorneys. And so when you flagrantly violate your oath of office, when you make yourself above the law, you have violated your duty. You have neglected.
He said duty.
You are displaying a lack of competence to be able to perform those duties. And so today we are suspending State Attorney Andrew Warren effective immediately.
So, goddamn, and it got an applause that they're suspending him. Hold on, I think there was a sheriff's department not that fucking long ago that said they wouldn't enforce any kind of gun laws, which totally goes against what you were just saying, sir. I can't find this story, but I want to say it was a sheriff in Florida, but I do know that there have definitely been stories like that. So, Andrew Warren is the name of the prosecutor. Let's hear from him. Let's hear what Andrew Warren has to say after being suspended by Ron DeSantis.
Blatant violation of one of the most fundamental principles of our democracy, that the people, the voters, get to elect elected officials. I've been elected twice to serve as state attorney, and I've served as state attorney and I've done it well. Crime is down. We're protecting people's rights. We have fought so hard for public safety and fairness and justice. If the governor thinks he can do a better job, then he should run for state attorney, not president.
Sure.
Oh, snap.
How you got the news and, what happened after that?
I was doing the work that I was elected to do as state attorney. I was focused on delivering justice to Linda and her family that they've been waiting 39 years to get. I was making sure that everything went as it was supposed to today with charging these cases, and I was overseeing an office of 300 people that keep 1.5 million people safe in Hillsborough County. So while the governor wants to do his sideshow with his cronies, I'm the one who's upholding the law and keeping the community safe.
Are you planning on challenging this suspension, and where do you go from here?
I haven't even looked at the order yet because I woke up to do my job today, and that's exactly what I did. Now, I've heard it contains a lot of conjecture and lies, and just based on the governor's track record with unconstitutional orders, I have a feeling that this is going to be just as unconstitutional as the 15-week ban abortion, the anti-protest law, and a dozen other things that the governor signed.
What kind of precedent do you think this potentially sets?
I like this guy. Yes, I want this guy to run for office.
The governor is trying to overthrow the results of a fair and free election. 2 of them, actually. And people need to understand. This isn't the governor trying to suspend one elected official. This is the governor trying to overthrow democracy here in Hillsborough County.
What's your response to the governor saying that you're putting yourself above the law, essentially?
Sharpie Diesel.
Those letters saying that you wouldn't prosecute abortion cases or
Yep.
enforce bans on reassignment surgeries.
But hey, this may be the best thing to ever happen to this dude. This may jumpstart a political career. He seems bright. He's young. He seems very determined. He's well composed behind the camera. He's had multiple very good sound bites to be used against DeSantis. Like, this dude's going places if he wants to get into politics.
So again, I didn't see the governor's press conference, the circus, whatever he put out there. What I know, if you want to talk about the abortion ban, when I became state attorney, I put my hand on the Bible and I swore to uphold the U.S. and the Florida Constitution. And under the Florida Constitution, the 15-week abortion ban is unconstitutional. And it's not just me saying that, it is a court of law that has said that. The governor's bill has already been thrown out. Now, it's subject to other appeal, but while the governor is hoping that the Supreme Court ignores the law in Florida, I'm the one upholding the law. I'm the one protecting people's rights. I'm the only one at this moment who's actually making sure that we are following the law in Hillsborough.
Ooh, there's some microphone feedback.
If this project will be the one we just saw you discuss here, are you worried this will be your last major project as state attorney?
No.
Do you have a response?
No. He seems confident.
Law enforcement officials who spoke out against you at the news conference this morning,
I-
basically agreeing with Governor DeSantis?
He didn't see the news conference. He said that already.
I didn't hear what they said. I do think the irony is a little rich. I heard Chief Dugan was there, excuse me.
He was.
Former Chief Dugan was there. The man who opposed his own detectives looking into this cold case. The man who tried to obstruct this investigation to deliver the justice that these families deserve. He's talking about who's following the law. That's some rich irony.
Have you had any abortion cases brought to you, gender reassignment surgeries, anything like that? Any cases involved with what the governor talked about?
We've had none. None of those cases have been brought to us. We're not anticipating those cases being brought to us. You should go ask the sheriff whether he's had those cases and whether they're investigating, arresting people for that. Because when they do and they bring us a case, we'll evaluate it and we'll evaluate that case on the merits like every other single case we do in the office. But at this point, again, from what I've heard, the governor's order is just based on pure conjecture and lies about what he thinks I'm going to do with cases that haven't even come before me yet.
Wow, cool.
A chilling action here?
I think the governor is trying to make a good impression on the Iowa caucus voters for 2024.
Ouch.
More about Chief Dugan, which I thought the Linda Lamb.
I'll say more about Chief Dugan. Fuck him. ACAB means Chief Dugan too.
Or was a Hillsborough Sheriff's Office case? Or
The Barbara Graham's investigation was Tampa Police Department.
Okay.
The end of the order talks about you packing up your things. Have you done that?
No, I haven't yet.
Are there plans to do that? You're obviously still here holding this press conference. People just questioning, do you plan to step down or have someone take over for you?
Again, I haven't even looked at the order yet, so I
Man,
don't
it says he's going to go back to work.
with all the nonsense that the governor's throwing out today.
But you think you'll be, I mean, you said no to my question, so you think you'll be back doing this job as state attorney at some point?
I'm still doing this job as state attorney. I'm the twice duly elected state attorney of Hillsborough County, and the governor signing something with a pen or a crayon doesn't change that.
You're still state attorney. What do you mean by that? Are you going to be, I mean, do you have power to still decide on prosecutions?
I'm still the duly elected state attorney of Hillsborough County. Next question.
I like that guy an awful lot. Fuck Ron DeSantis.